Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel, Crochet Basics for all levels. Yes, that means I'm covering basics for beginners, for intermediates, for professionals. I'm basically just going over the way I do things, because you never know, maybe you might be a full-blown professional crocheter, and you might see some things like someone like me does that you like the way I hold my yarn or the way I make a slip knot or something like that. So that's why I'm making this channel, is just covering the basics of crochet, and I mean basics. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with basic, and then we're going to move up from there. Alright, so let's start with the yarn I'm going to be using today. This is Yarn Bee. I get this at Hobby Lobby, and as you see it's $3.99 with a 40% off coupon. That's a pretty good deal. And they do have cheaper yarns, but I prefer this one. It's soft but durable, and it looks really neat. They have a lot of beautiful colors in this as well. And of course this always has the yard meterage, length, what kind of knitting needles to use, and what kind of crochet hooks they recommend for these. I don't know if there's a pattern on the inside. Sometimes they have patterns on the inside. I don't think this one does, but anyway, that's the yarn. And now for the hooks, I'm going to use this one, which is a 5.5. That's just what I'm going to be demonstrating on. It's like a basic size hook along with the 5. I know this one said, where is it? To use the 6mm crochet hook, which I have as well, but I was just going to stick with the 5. Alright, so if you're new to crochet, welcome to crocheting. It's amazing. It's a great pastime. It's a wonderful hobby, and you make stuff, and you can make gifts and stuff, and they're really personal, and people like gifts like that, and you put thought into. Now this little kit I got, my mom got it for me for Christmas, and it has these kind of crochet hooks. It has some needles. I'm not quite sure where this gold big thing is, but it has measuring tape, and then more aluminum crochet hooks over here, which I have multiple sizes along with double sizes, and then a little baggie full of knitting, those little markers that you can use when you're counting to help you count rows. Yeah, so it's a really handy little kit. You can find these on Amazon. And this is, this little kind of like a scissor thing. It's really cool. And this little, I guess you can gauge the width of the yarn so you can see what you're working with. So that's also very neat. I haven't used that one yet, but anyway. So here we go. I guess I could use a 6 now that I get this out. See, this is a 6 compared to the 5.5. Oh, this is 6.5, sorry. 6.5 compared to the 5.5. What if I have a 6? Do I not have a 6? Oh, I do have a 6. Okay, let's use a 6 since I got it out. Currently working on a project, so. Alright. Now, let's begin. Straighten up my towel here. Alright, I think I might have to use my, I'm going to be using my burgundy color. This is actually called Chili Red. So I'm going to be using this to do my demonstrations, because my yellow is currently being used on another project, so I don't really want to disturb that. Okay. Now, so make sure the tail is always connected on this side. Everyone does these differently, but the slip knot I like to do is you wrap it around your fingers, you take this part and you bring it through the middle like this, and then you take your hook and tighten. I said everyone has their own little preference on how to do it. So that's one way, and then you're ready to go. Now another way, which I tend to use sometimes because it's different and I like to switch it up, is you can go wrap like this. You take this top one, go over, take the top one again, over, but you have to leave that one there, And then, there you go. That's another way to do it. I always get mixed up which one to pull. Anyway. So like I said, that doesn't really matter so much, just as long as you're comfortable with doing whatever. Alright, so I don't know why I did that, but I'm just going to do it this way again. Alright, so what I'm going to cover is how I hold my yarn, slip knots, chains, and single crochet. So we're covering 4 things today. So I got one done, which is the slip knot. Alright, we're done with that. So the slip knot covered. And you pull it. You always want it to be a little loose. If you get it too tight, especially in the thinner part of the hook, you won't be able to slide it very well. And it's just like, I don't know, you might need a little bit of leeway there, or give, whatever you want to call it. Okay, next, the way to hold your yarn. This is totally up to you. It took me a little bit to find what was more comfortable for me. So I like to hold it like this. I grab it like this, so it's like in between. Wait, yeah, sorry. It took me a second. I just had to do it. See, I'm messing it up. Alright, so this is what mine looks like. That's so I can have, these 2 fingers are available for me. And I squeeze with my index finger and my ring finger, so that way it can be tight, or I can let it loose. So again, that looks like, oops, sorry, I'll do it slower. I'll try. And you're ready to go. One more time. And it goes over this one. Maybe I didn't do that earlier. This is kind of also, see, it's tight, or it could be loose. Alright, so however you like to hold it. Some people have like a little ring on their finger which they can hook the yarn through, and that's how they do it. And some people, I don't know, I've just seen it done really different ways. Some people could just do it like this, or like this, or maybe some, I don't know, they do it like this or something. You really just got to find what's comfortable for you. I've tried it many different ways, and I like this way the best. As far as holding the hook, again, that's your preference thing. A lot of people, a lot of the professionals I see, they hold it like this, like a pin. And I've tried it like that, and it's just, it doesn't work for me. I don't know, I tried it, and I can do things like that, which I guess it can be easier the more I practice. But honestly, whoa. Sorry, technical issues. I like holding it like this. Again, that's something, I'm gonna get my sleeves out of the way. That's something that you just got to play around with if you're new, and if you're intermediate, you already know probably how to hold your yarn and hook, and if you're a professional, you probably are not even listening to me right now. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, so we covered 2 now. We covered the slip knot and the positioning of how you're supposed to hold the hook in the yarn. Again, this is how I hold mine. It's just that's how it works for me. Alright, let's get going. Actually, you know, I'm going to put my ball of yarn on this side, because that's where it's coming from. Alright, here we go. Now, we are going to learn what is called a chain. Chains are important. We use those in a lot of projects. A lot. Pretty much all projects. Most projects, anyway. Alright, so this is how you do the chain. You take your hook, you yarn over, and I may be doing this different than some other people. Everyone's different, you know, just go with it. You hook and you pull through. And that's one chain. See? It's making like a little V. And you do it again. Yarn over. And you have to learn some crochet lingo here too. Pull through. Yarn over. Oop, don't get it too tight, like I just did. Pull through. And yarn over, pull through. And you do that for however long you want. The project may be a a blanket and you have to do like, 130 of these, which are not, I mean, it's not that hard to do it, but it does get monotonous and you do have to count, especially if you're doing a specific count. So let's do a few more. Yarn over. Yep. Pull through. There we go. Alright, so that is a chain. A chain. Chain. So you'll see this abbreviated as CH. That's chain. If you ever look in a book. Real simple. Chain. One more, come on. There we go. Let's get a few more on here. Just practice. If you're a beginner, I would definitely recommend you just get this down really good. Chain. And let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so I made, I'm not sure because I wasn't counting. I was just doing them. So that's what it looks like. It's like a bracelet. It was the beginning of a bracelet. There's so much you could do with this. You could do a scarf. You can make hats. You can make animals. Anything. That's what's so fun about crocheting. It's like limitless of what you can make. I mean, I've seen crocheted swimsuits, bikinis. I mean, it's like, dang. I don't know if I'd actually wear it to a pool. I might, end up stretching out and it's falling off you. But yeah, I've seen it. All right, now that was our third thing covered. We're making good time here. Now we're gonna go over one more thing in this video, which is a single crochet. Once you learn to chain the single crochet, you are on your way. You can make a scarf or anything else with just those basics. The chain and a single crochet. Okay, so here we go. Get a little closer. You never want to chain in this one right here. That's the first one. Because if you go through that one, you're just going to undo the chain that you just did. So you're going to single crochet in the next one. That's number 2. So the second chain from the hook is the chain that you're going to single crochet in. And that's pretty much what you do in most projects. Again, you don't want it too tight because then you can't get your hook through. So, here we go. I'm going to slip this in here. Just like so. See that one? Slips it in. And that's what it looks like. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to yarn over. I'm going to pull through 1 loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook again. And yarn over and pull through both. Ta-da! That's the single crochet. That's what it looks like. And now you're ready to go to your next chain. See this one, the yarn is pulling on this hole right here. That's your first chain. Second chain is right here. Again, you're going to go through right there. Watch again. Through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 1. Again, you got 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through 2. And looky there, you just have 2 single crochets, and they're making little V's. See the little V's? Alright, so that's a start, see? And that's what it should look like. You just keep doing this. Most of the time you'll just do this all the way down in a project, or sometimes the stitches can get kind of complicated after a while, but they might add like a double crochet after a single crochet, or single crochet 2 times and then a double crochet and then followed by a triple crochet. It can get complicated, but that's why we're starting here. And again, this is for beginners, intermediate, professionals, just to see how everyone does their own version of crocheting. And this is mine. It's worked for me, so I'm going to stick to it. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so let's keep going. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, so go through. This is also called pull up a loop, or pulling up a loop. And this is always yarn over, because your yarn is going over the hook, if you think of it like that. So go through the stitch, chain. Sorry, it's a chain. Yarn over, pull through one. Oop, my tail's getting in the way. Yarn over, pull through. Oop, two. Crochet is awesome because it's really forgivable. If you make a mishap, you can always just take your hook out, back up a couple stitches or whatever, and then restart. Unlike knitting, knitting is not very forgivable. Knitting frustrated me because I'd mess up and then you had to just restart. At least that's what happened to me because I never really got into knitting as much as I did crochet. I liked it, but I just didn't get very far with it before I stumbled onto crochet. Glad I did. Alright, so let's just keep working this. Go at your own pace. I'm just going to keep going. If you need to look at me for reference, go for it. If not, then you know what? You're doing good. So I'm just going to keep going until we get to the end, and I'll show you what to do there. I do love crocheting. I have a couple projects I'm on right now, in fact, using this chili red in that gold you saw. I wonder if you can guess what it is with gold and red. I'm doing Harry Potter stuff, yeah. Making Harry Potter themed crocheted items. Alright, we're almost there. We're getting there. Coming to the end. Almost there. I don't know, maybe I'm going too fast. You can always pause it, go back if you need to watch it. Alright, so here's our very last chain. I'm going to go ahead and just go through there. Alright, see the end? The end is near. Now we're going to do what's called turning your work. Take it, and some, you know, it kind of depends. It doesn't really matter how you turn it. Just turn your work like so. Now. Oops, sorry. Let me do it another way. Turn it this way. Like I said, I'm still learning myself. I'm not professional level yet. I'm getting there. Here, let me start that again. I'm totally, my little tail's getting in the way. Okay. So when you're done with your very last single crochet, turn your work. And that's what you've come up with so far. See? And on top, it looks like lots of little V's. And then basically all you do is keep doing that single crochet. We're going to do a chain before this one though. We're going to do one chain, and that's usually how we get going to the next row, is you chain one after your very last single crochet, and then you're ready to start with the very first V. Now not this V, just ignore that one. That's a no-no. Don't even think about that one. You want to think of the one that's full-blown V. And that is so easy. You just go through, right there. Go through two, you should have two. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And then you just keep going all the way down. You want to hit all those V's. And it makes it easier because it starts to stretch out a little bit, so it makes it real smooth sailing. Yep. And go yarn and pull through. Just like that. Alright. And that's how you do the slip knot, the holding of the yarn and hook, the chains, and the single crochets. Awesome. Alright, well, I'm just going to keep working on this. And you can keep working on this, or you can start over and try again. Rewind my video, watch it again. Whatever you want to do. But I recommend you just doing this over and over. Making different lengths of your chains. Crocheting. And then when you get to the end, you turn your work. One chain where you just yarn over, pull through, and then start again. And you can make a scarf, very simple scarf, just by doing that. See, this would be a pretty good length scarf. Just go all the way down, 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 down. The problem is, a lot of times when you make scarves, they tend to go in and out because you forget to do a chain on the end or something, or you don't go far enough down. Just make sure you're always hitting those ends with a single crochet. And count. I recommend you definitely count. If you count and you have the same amount of single crochets going down and back and down and back, then you are good. It'll be good. Alright, well that's the end of this first video of my crochet basics for all, what did I say? Forgot what I called it. Anyway, crochet basics for all levels. And that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for another episode coming up probably next week. Alright, bye-bye.